Welcome back, rum fans. My name's Steve the Barman, and I'm just here to help you on your rum journey by mainly focusing and reviewing and talking about rums that are under £50, but with another caveat. Rums of all guises, spiced, flavoured, you name it, all guises, under £50, but with the caveat, I want them to be permanent releases. I don't want to get involved at this point in limited runs or special editions. I want to, if I have a bottle of rum, I want to be safe in the knowledge that if I really, really love it, I can restock it and replenish it. I don't want to get into limited runs at this precise moment. So if you like the sound of that, stick with us. This today's video, I've got the Worthy Park 109, which is a dark rum, a black rum, Jamaican. I've been looking forward to filming this and tasting this now for a good few weeks. It's been sitting down here beside me. It kind of fits into that category that I've really, really fallen in love with and kind of ignored for most of my adult life, if you like. I have picked a few, but you know, the dark rums are kind of meh, but I've really fallen in love with the category. Now I realise some absolute belters in there. It's one of my go-to categories. Now, to the uninitiated, Worthy Park is kind of the new kid on the block. And I say uninitiated, I call myself in that because up until mid sort of 2015s, 2016s, I hadn't really heard of Worthy Park at all. They were just not on my radar, but they are one of the oldest rum distilleries in or on Jamaica, on the island of Jamaica, in Jamaica. They have simply been contract distilling and producing rums for other people, but they have since launched their own brand, 2 brands actually, maybe a third one, but 2 I know of. So Worthy Park is their out-and-out brand. So that's the 109. Let's just give you a close-up. I haven't got the other camera on there. So this is what we're tasting today. That's their sort of sipper. They've got a few other rums in this range as well. But the other brand that kind of fits in there, that you will have seen maybe behind there, is the old Rum Bar. I haven't got the gold, but they've got the white rum, the overproof, and the gold. So Rum Bar is their range of work from Worthy Park. Now, so what can I kind of tell you about this? This is 100% pot still, and it is overproof. The 109 refers to 54.5%. So it's sort of Navy strength, if you like. Well, it is Navy strength. 54.5, 57 Navy strength. So the 109 is simply proof. And they double in America, obviously, in the US, they double up. In the Caribbean, obviously, we're talking proof, they simply double up. So 54.5% ABV in the UK is 109 proof. So that's where the name comes from. What else can we tell you about it? As I say, it's in the pot still. What category? It's pot still, dark, overproof, if you like, as a category. It's not really. That isn't really a category in Smuggler's Cove, to be fair, but that's kind of where it loosely fits. Now the price, before I go any further, I just want to sort of clarify the price for this. £37.25p, logged out Master of Malt prices. However, this is a litre bottle, 1,000 ml, 100 cl, okay? So, if you net that down to a 70 or a traditional 700, whatever you want to call it, if you net that down, £26.08, which I think, I've tasted it, I've already done the tasting. So I'm going to talk you through the nosing and the tasting. I've got the serves coming up there at the end of how I think you would kind of use this rum and how we drink it. So I've already done the tasting. And I do think that's a little bit of a bargain. But before we get into it, let's kind of talk you through. I'm just going to read you the back of the bottle here because there's a little vital nugget of information that really kind of got me. So from field to glass, Worthy Park 109 Dark is distilled, aged and blended and bottled in the historic Worthy Park estate. Jamaican owned and made, Worthy Park's truly authentic Jamaican rum embodies the passion and perseverance of a small but strong community. Using only our own molasses and fermentation times of up to 3 weeks. And distilled in our 100% copper double retort pot still. This blend is composed of a combination of various marks of both our unaged and aged rum. So just very quickly, the marks talk about ester levels kind of associated with Jamaican rum. So that's the different marks. The bit I emphasised was the fermentation time, 3 weeks. Now, I'm no distiller. I'm not an expert in this. But I know off the top of my head that a lot of rum brands would do their fermentation runs 4-7 days. I know there's a couple that do go a bit longer. I don't know typical lengths in Jamaica, but for me, 3 weeks is a hell of a lot of time. And just to kind of give you a brief insight of what fermentation is. Fermentation is the turning the sugarcane, the molasses, into alcohol. It's that process where you get all the kind of yeast and the esters and all that sort of stuff to get it ready for distillation. So 3 weeks to me seems a hell of a long time, but I don't think that's the norm. I think that's kind of a long time, but it'll be interesting to find other rum brands and chat to them as we go down this journey just to see how long they take. So let's get into the nosing, the tasting, and just before I get into that, members kind of video that I'm filming after this. And members, I am going to do a comparison of this to the other dark rums that I've got here to give you my sort of overall opinion of where that sits. So that's the membership video coming up this week. So nosing. Now, as I say, I used the Rum X app as the framework. I've nosed it, I've tasted it. I'm going to give you my scores, but I'm also going to refer to the app to give you what other people have got from this. Not necessarily what I got, but what other people are getting. So, my nosing notes on the smell, on the whiffs. The first thing I've put and made a note of, if I was blindfolded, I would have absolutely no hesitation in saying that was a dark black rum that I was tasting or about to taste, because for me that is unmistakable, and that's because of the sort of rich molasses and the kind of rich sort of demerara vibes that are coming on through the rum, rich caramel notes I've written down. I do get subtle cola vibes on the nose as well. There's a subtle sort of cola nose coming off it, which I kind of actually like, really. But the other bit I put on there, but I did this after the sort of tasting, was because there is a subtle hint of tropical fruit in there on the nose, but it is overpowered for me by the sort of caramel notes, and that will become relevant when I talk to you about what other people have put. I do get a subtle bit of tropical fruit on there, but not a lot in the grand scheme of things, what I would associate with Jamaican rum. So my scores, the only score that I add in that Rum X doesn't have, I put a sweetness score on the nose, because I want to gauge how sweet this could be. I want to sort of smell a rum and think, oh, is that going to be sweet? Is that not going to be sweet? So I've put a sweetness scale of 1 out of 5 on there. Smelling it, I don't think it's going to be that sweet, but we'll come on to that in a second. So going through the other scales, fruit nose, I've scored 2 out of 5. Woody oaky levels, 2 out of 5. So quite level there. Roasted notes, 2 out of 5. Floral, nothing. I don't get any floral vibes off the nose at all. Spices and rounded, I've given those both 2 out of 5. So it's quite well balanced, the sort of fruits and woody, sort of the oak aging, if you like, the charred oak aging, kind of balanced. Nothing kind of really sticks out of me apart from the fact there's no floral notes. So kind of a nice rounded rum. Now, let's get on to the tasting. And the tasting for me, my little eyes lit up. This is just glorious. I love it. Just, oh, it's so good. So the initial spice up front, it was the spice that hit me on the side of the tongue, very quickly followed up by I put molasses at first, but then I did change it to sort of caramel demerara vibes, probably edging more towards the demerara side of things now, but it is lovely. I've put esters, there's a tiny little bit of esters there, kind of that Jamaican what you would associate with funk, essentially. It's a tiny bit there. I have got plenty of other Jamaican rums behind me that have got way more funk to them than what this has, but it is a touch there. And that becomes relevant with the tropical fruit. As I say, there is a touch of tropical fruit there. I personally do not get the typical sort of banana or overripe banana from this. I don't get it. I get the fruit I do get would be more pineapple sort of vibes. That's that, but it is minuscule. Is a touch there, but it isn't really in my face. So what else did I put? Fruitness comes out a little bit. Unmistakably dark rum. Plenty of wood, sort of the charred wood barrel aging from there. Rich with a nice sweetness. Now this was the funny one, and I'm just about to get it now. On the finish, or just, you know, after you, a few seconds after you've tasted it, the only way I can describe this is where the cola vibes come out for me. The only way I can really kind of get this through to you, you know, when you have, like, as a kid, you had those sweets, like the fizzy sweets, that sort of hit you underneath your tongue, and the more saliva it makes, the more different flavours come out, sort of right under your tongue. it did that for me, but with cola. So underneath the tongue, when my saliva kind of mixed with it, I was just getting these cola, like fizzy cola bottles just bursting all out of me. And I really, really like that. Completely unexpected, but that's where I got. So, scores out of 5. Sweetness levels, I was kind of right. I've given this a 2 out of 5. There's a little touch of sweetness there, but not too much. So 2 out of 5. Fruit, again, 2 out of 5. There's a little bit of fruit there, but the woody and oaky notes and the roasted notes I've given a 3 out of 5. So for me, it is more on that woody scale compared to the fruit scale of it, but you would expect that from this style of rum. All right, floral, there's something there, but not too much. I've given it a 2 out of 5 because there is something, I can't pick it, but there's something going on there. Spices, a 3 out of 5 because I have got that nice sort of peppery spice burn on there. And then rounded, 2 out of 5. And the finish for me is kind of medium-ish, medium long maybe. I wouldn't say long, but it's kind of medium. Now, just to go through what other people have picked up here. Here's the nose for other people. I'm just going to read these out. Woody, yes, I agree with that. Fruity, yeah. Tropical fruits, quite a few people. Cola, loads of people picked up on that cola. Dark, again, that's kind of what I said for the dark. Unmistakably a dark rum. Sweet, alcoholic, smoky. I didn't get too much smoke off the nose. In fact, I didn't get anything. I just didn't pick it up at all. And I'm not sure I'd even agree with that now. I don't really get the smoke on that. Demerara sugar, yes. Banana, no, I don't get the banana off this. Others have got coconut. And for me, it's more, no one really mentions the pineapple, and I do get more pineapple than I do coconut, but so that might just be me, I don't know. And then spicy, ester, red fruits, no. I don't get red fruits, would be raspberries, cherries, strawberry, all that sort of stuff. No, I don't get that at all. And then caramel, so that's on the nose, and then on the tasting, pretty much replicated. Spicy, woody, tropical fruits, caramelized, sweet, alcoholic, ester, licorice. Licorice was the interesting one. Again, I don't get that, but quite a few people have put licorice. Quite a few people have put dark chocolate as well. And now that I've read it, I understand it, but it's not a flavour that I would have picked out. I wouldn't have gone, oh, dark chocolate notes. But now that I've read it, I kind of actually do agree with it a little bit. So dark, fruity, hot. Again, red fruits has come out. Completely lost on me, that one. And the two interesting ones was young wood, and I kind of understand what they mean by that, and malt. And again, I kind of understand what they mean by that. So, scores on the doors before we get onto the cocktails, the long mixed drinks. I've given this an 85 out of 100, and the best way I can justify to that on the scores for the Rum X, 70 to 79 is good, 80 to 89 is very good, 90 to 99 is excellent. I don't think it's in the excellent, and I don't think it's right up there in excellent, but I think it's a lot better than good. So for me, middle of the road, 85, so it's right in the middle of the very good category. I'm really, really happy with that. So let's get on to the mixes very, very quickly. I've got an extra one here for this one, just purely because of the rum. So Coke, ginger ale, ginger beer. Very, very happy with that as a rum and Coke. That is a blinder, really. And as a lot of you regulars will know, I do love my rum and Cokes, dark rums with Coke. For me, that's where the Coke category now sits. I love dark rums with Coke. That would be my go-to. The ginger ale, bearing in mind I am a rum and ginger ale drinker, no. Didn't really kind of, I could have lengthened it out with a bit more ginger ale, but it wasn't really hitting the spot for me. The ginger beer, however, dark and stormy, yeah, that's the next level. That is a banging dark and stormy, or rum and ginger beer, if you like. That is so, so good. Could I pick it between those two? That's down to you. Equally for me, happy with either of those drinks. I can't split them. I'm not going to say the Coke is better or the ginger beer is better. They are just very, very, very good sort of long mixed drinks. And then the three cocktails. Let's just bring these in here. Daiquiri, old rum fashioned rum punch. The daiquiri flipping well shocks me. I wouldn't have really even given this the time of day, to be honest, but it's actually quite decent. It's actually all right, which does make me believe, obviously, that I think this is going to be a big player in like Mai Tais and things like that. I think that it could be a massive player as a part of your rum blend. I wouldn't say all of your rum blends, but part of your rum blend in a Mai Tai. I think that could be a banger in there. So the daiquiri was actually pretty damn good. 61, 6 parts rum, 2 parts lime, 1 part sugar. The rum fashions, just a simple, tiny little drizzle of sugar, aromatic bitters in there. The sugar brings out even more flavour from that rum. That is glorious. That is really, really nice. And then I knew this was going to work. Obviously, it's my fun and fruity rum punch. Lime juice, honey and strawberry as the sweetener, rum as the strong, passion fruit juice as the weak, and then bitters in there, a bit touch of spice to make it nice. Oh, that's why. So your hurricane drinks, your zombies, your fun, fruity, fruit punch kind of drinks, that plays an absolute blinder. For me, it's so tough because I could drink all of those except the ginger ale on any given day. And I don't think I could really split them. I don't think I would say, oh, I'm going to have that one, because give me an hour or so, I'd probably be on the ginger beer. And maybe give me a couple of hours, I'd fancy it with Coke. I literally can't split them. I would say the daiquiri is possibly behind the front four, if you like, because it's not, for me, it's not an out-and-out daiquiri rum. But it's still pretty good. It's still better than the rum and ginger ale for me. So yes, just to sum up then, the final questions. Final thoughts. Would I buy this again? Would I restock this when I run out? Hell yes. I think this could be a great play, and I can't wait to film the members video where I kind of compare this to other dark rums. I think this is going to be an absolute banger. Would I buy it again? Is it value for money? Well, when you think it's £26 for a 70, but you kind of have to buy it as a litre, which is 37. Yes, the 37 feels quite expensive, but it's a bigger bottle. So £26 for a 70, I think it's stonking value for money. I really, really do. And is there another rum that's similar that I would buy? My go-to Jamaican dark rum at the moment is Myers, and I've got a funny feeling, and bearing in mind this is fresh in my mind, that this is the new player in town. I did taste that last week on my live show, which is a Cornish one. I would love to see this at a slightly higher ABV, because I think that could be a world beater. But for now, as the rums I've got and what they are, that's pretty damn good.